Here is the brake pad replacement for the front disc brakes. Let's get the car jacked up, put our pegs in to get the wheel off, help prevent any scratches on the caliper or wheel. Get it nice and clean. We want to first take the pin out and use a hammer to get the shaft out. After a few hits, we're able to get the shaft out. Unclip the brake sensor wire at the bottom and take out the sensor on the far left, and you'll notice that a bracket will fall out. Take out the shaft and then take the brake sensor out. Finally, squeeze the brake pads to the caliper. Make sure you use a cloth to help protect the outside. Use a flathead to take out the clip, and a little bit of wiggle and elbow grease, we're able to take the connector out. We're only taking out the left one, and you use the bleeder valve cap, pop that off, and the wiring harness is free. Notice how the sensor and brake pad work together. When you snap it in, it clicks and stays there. You can see it's worn down, and that is where the car alarmed us and told us that we needed to change the brake pads. And when you change the brake pads, you also need to change the brake sensors. Use the disc brake quiet cleaner to help grease the back of the disc brakes and slide in the new brake pads. Yes. Note the brake sensors are specific to each side, the passenger and driver side. Let's install the new brake sensor, plug the new one back in, make sure that snaps back in place. Put the bleeder valve cap back on with the wire in between it, which is a genius idea. And bring the wire around and clip in the first brake pad. You'll hear that clip sound. And get the bracket in with the shaft and just start sliding it through. Make sure that pinhole is horizontal for you to be able to slide the pin in. Get the shaft all the way through and move the wire underneath the hook, and finally push in that brake sensor until you hear the click. Get the pin in. Sometimes you need to use a flathead to open up the pin because it's too hard to push with your fingers. After you use the flathead, it's a lot easier to push in. And now you are done. We use the pegs to slide the wheel back on nice and easily. Put the lug nuts back on, torque it back to specs, and go for a drive. Go lightly on the brake and gas, brake and gas. We don't go on a complete stop or anything, just to help break in the brake pads. And then you're ready to go and enjoy